In the summer of 1914, Europe exploded into war. Millions marched to the front, convinced it would be a quick, glorious campaign. But by the end of the year, the old world had crumbled, and a new age of horror had begun. Germany faced war on two fronts, Russia in the east and France in the west. Their plan, the Schlieffen Plan, aimed to solve that. It called for a rapid invasion of France through neutral Belgium, capturing Paris within weeks, and then turning to fight Russia. It was bold, precise, and reliant on speed. But it ignored one thing. Belgium wouldn't go quietly. On August 4, 1914, German forces invaded Belgium, but the Belgians resisted fiercely. Fortified cities like Liège delayed the advance for days. Germany responded with brutality. Villages were burned, civilians executed, churches destroyed. Over 6,000 civilians were killed. The world was horrified, and Britain, who had guaranteed Belgium's neutrality, declared war. The German invasion, meant to be swift, was already facing resistance and delay. For Britain, the violation of Belgium's neutrality was the breaking point. On August 4th, it declared war on Germany. The British Expeditionary Force, small but professional, crossed the Channel to support France. Meanwhile, the Royal Navy imposed a blockade on Germany that would strangle it over time. Now, the war was truly global, and it had only just begun. The first major clash between Germany and the British came at Marne, where the BEF fought bravely, inflicting heavy casualties but was forced to retreat. Germany pushed deeper into France. Paris braced for invasion. But in early September at the River Marne, the French struck back. Using taxis to move troops, French and British forces halted the German advance. It was a turning point. The German dream of a quick victory died at the Marne. With both sides unable to outmaneuver each other, a strange series of movements began. The race to the sea. German and Allied forces moved north, trying to flank one another all the way to the North Sea. When they failed, they began to dig. What began as shallow ditches became deep, fortified trenches. From the Swiss border to the English Channel, a wall of earth was built. A war of movement had become a war of mud, wire, and death. While the West bogged down, the East was on fire. Russia mobilized faster than expected and invaded East Prussia. But at the Battle of Tannenberg, Germany crushed the Russians, 90,000 taken prisoner. To the south, Austria-Hungary struggled. They were humiliated by Serbia and suffered major defeats in Galicia against Russia. Germany realized it would have to carry not only its own war, but its allies' failures as well. The war was no longer just European. Colonial troops from India, Africa, and the Pacific were sent to fight and die in a conflict far from home. Japan joined the Allies and attacked German holdings in China and the Pacific. In Africa, German colonies were invaded. The war had become global in blood and geography. By the end of 1914, both sides were exhausted. The trenches stretched over 400 miles. Millions were dead or wounded. And then, something incredible happened. On Christmas Eve, soldiers on the Western Front called an unofficial truce. They sang carols, exchanged gifts, even played football. For one brief moment, humanity returned to the most inhuman of places. 1914 had begun with dreams of glory and ended in blood and ruin. The war everyone thought would end in weeks had only just begun. Empires had marched forward. Now, they were trapped. And the price, in lives, in nations, in generations, would only grow. In Episode 4, we dive deeper into the horror. Chemical weapons, new battlefronts, and the war's expansion beyond Europe. The world would never be the same.